I love the way, I love the way you make me feel. I love the way you make me feel. I love the way I am homeward bound. I love the way police on the low. I love the way nothing really on me, but I'm still paranoid. They're looking for your boy. I love music on, driving around. I sound like it's rolling loud. Smoked a quarter of the ounce that I got last night. Just them whites and them browns. I don't want.
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome once again to hellohnclothing. Welcome to another wonderful video. Guys, in today's video, I'm sure you've seen the intro already and you know what we're going to be creating in this video. We're going to be making this beautiful basque corset gown with the whole low waist effect. Okay, if this is something you're interested in, please do keep on watching. We have our patterns we're going to be starting with, and yeah, let's dive right into this video. All right guys, so we have our front bodice and back bodice pattern ready for us to begin working. We are going to first of all work on the front. We're going to take the measurements we'll be needing. First of all, we need to take the specific measurements from the shoulder to the chest, because there's no shoulder, there's no upper part. It starts from the chest. Okay, so this is the chest line. If you want it directly here, it's full coverage, but we'll just go just about 7.5 inches. That'll be perfect for us. About 7.5 inches, that's fine. That's where the chest line will begin. And then from the shoulder to where we are going to be having that basque waist, that's from here to where the basque waist will happen. We'll be doing just about 26 inches here. So we're going to be getting here. That's where the basque waist effect will be. Okay. Yes, it's a bit below the hip line because we've already taken all these measurements. It's going to come out beautifully this way. So here will be the chest for us, and here will be the basque effect. Okay, this is a very low waist corset, so it's technically even covering up onto the point of the privates. Okay, so this is what we have, and then we're going to do the cup sitting, or you can even make it a Victorian corset. You can make it Victorian. For the cup sitting, we'll just put our cup on the shoulder to under bust line. Shoulder to under bust is 13 inches, which is just about here. I'll draw that line there. That's the under bust line. Under bust. So I can put the cup there and just trace out what I'll be having. Here for the reach, you can use 1/2 inch. So I'll just draw a 1/2 inch mark there.
Waste no time to think about it, dream about it.
I'll place the cup.
Really need to be about it. Where I'm at, I really need to be about it. See horizons, figured out the reason. Now I need my logic. I love the way. I love the way. I love the way.
So because this bra cup is a smaller size, I'm going to be increasing it anyway, just to the armhole there, putting that reach there, and I'll cut this one out first of all before we can then work on what we have left. Yeah, for the basque effect, if this is where the private is, where it's getting to, the other part will just measure about 4 inches or 3 inches above there. let's just use 4 inches above there. And from that point, we connect it to this part.
Make me feel. I love the way you make me feel. I love the way. I love the way. I love the way you make me feel. I love.
So I'm going to keep this, and then let's work on the yoke. Now for the yoke part of this, first of all, I'm going to cut off the part we traced out with the bust area. I'll cut it off. Then I want to close off this original dart.
I love the way. Now I'm in my room.
Okay, so this is what we're having, right? Now for the V part, a decent V should be stopping at about 7 inches. 7 inches there. And then for this part, we'll just make it 3.5 or 3 inches by 7 inches.
Don't know what to do. Should I eat, hit up booth? Should I sleep, hit the stool, grab a drink with the crew?
This is what we'll be having now. Okay, and then this is the yoke part that will be placed on this bodice. Okay, so the front is ready. For this other one, this cup area, I'm going to cut it with paper tape and then make a pattern with it. Okay, all right, so now that the front is ready, let's work on the back. For the back, there'll still be a yoke, so we're going to be using our front yoke to determine the width of the shoulder. So we're going to use this one, number 3. Place it armhole facing armhole, and then see where this waist stop, which is here. I'm then going to draw a straight line at that point. That will be where the back waistline will get to. Cut here off. Now for the back, if you're going to be putting a zipper, you are fine with that. But if you're going to be snatching the back, if you know you'll be snatching, then you will need to be removing the zipper allowance and removing whatever snatch you want to. So let's snatch with about 1 inch.
Money on my mind. Been working so I'm tired. I'm trying to act right, but I'm always on the scene, and my nigga got them.
So this is what we'll be having for the back. And now we're going to do the normal neckline we want to. Great, so for the back, we'll have a yoke at the top. Let's have a yoke at the top. Yeah, for the back, I'm going to let it get down here because
tonight is gonna be crazy because I told myself I wouldn't. Now I'm contemplating going where I know it.
So this will be the back yoke. Let me put armhole here and neck here so that we know that's back. And then this is the closure area, number 1 and number 2 for the back. So we're cutting 2 pieces of this as well. So now we can begin cutting everything out.
I should call my lady, but the scent of marijuana, smoking alcohol, and coke are calling me and pulling.
Alright guys, so we are good to go now. Hey God, it took forever cutting these things and then the ironing. Okay, so we have the front with the lining. The lining is just getting to the knee or even 3 inches above the knee. You really don't need the lining longer than the knee, really you don't. So the 2 bottom pieces for the front and the back, and then the yoke part that we're going to be using mesh insert. This is the back and this is the front yoke. And then of course we have all the other pieces of the front and the back together. So for each of these pieces, now for the front, this is unfold, we have 2. One that will serve as the direct underlay of the mesh and the other that will serve as the lining. For the other part, which is not the center front, we have 4 pieces each. Why 4 pieces? one for the left and the right. That's the one that will serve for the direct underlay of the mesh, and then one for the left and the right of the lining. So that's what I have here. So in total for this, it was actually like 10 pieces, why 10? 4 of this lycra, 4 of the hairstay, and then 2 of the mesh. Together 10, 10, 10, 10, and then this one was how many? 5. Half of it 5. Then this. You just want to iron everything with an interfacing so that it's going to be stable, because there will be a lot of tug and pull and all of that. So you want stability. That's why we are ironing everything with the interfacing. And of course, I have the bonnings I'm going to be using in the channels that we're going to create. So enough rambling, let us get right into sewing every single thing up. Alright guys, so after much sewing and everything, we're having this now. These are the cups that have been covered with the fabric. That will be the one that will appear on the main fabric. That's on this one that has the netting. That's where we'll be attaching the cups directly to. We'll sew the sewing allowance there and all of that. So I want to hide the boning. I don't want the boning to be very visible. That's why I'm not going to sew boning channels on this main fabric that we can see. The boning channels will be in the lining piece of the fabric. This is the lining piece, the one without the netting. So I've sewn the channels there, and I'm going to attach the bones to these channels. Okay, the bottom part of the skirt has also been sewn, the back and the front together. There will be a zipper on this Ankara fabric. On this one, there'll be lacing and loops. We're going to use lacing and loops here. So these are what we have now. I'm going to go on to sew up the sleeve, the yoke parts. I think that's about it. The sleeve and the yoke parts. Then we'll start attaching every single thing. So let's finish up quickly. Alright guys, so quickly, before you even fix in these bra cups, you need to shape that cup area, because of course the cup area won't look good. Okay, I'm just going to place this here. This is a bra wire. So this bra wire is actually for this size of bra cup, right? Make sure you're using the size of the bra cup. If you look at it, you can see that it's sitting, right? It's sitting there. So you want to make sure that you place it as well and then shape it appropriately.
I love the way.
Okay, so this is the excess that you need to trim off. Sides.
I love the way. I love the way you make me feel. I love the way you make me feel. I love the way.
Alright guys, so we are almost rounding up. It's been a long time coming. Cups have been inserted. The yokes have been inserted on top of the cup. If you look closely, you see that the cup is separated from when the yoke was joined. The back yoke as well, of which when the shoulders join up, the sleeve will fall into place here. Okay, this is a low waist corset, very low waist. What else? Yes, the loops at the back have been arranged. Okay, so you'll be having a very nice finish. The lining is where the boning is happening. I've also attached the bottom. This is how the lining is. The cup have been inserted, and then the sleeves that will be fixed into the main bodice. At this stage, all we're going to be doing is moving the yoke out of the way. We'll move the yoke out of the way. Take the lining piece, start pinning from this cup area. So for the front yoke to move it out of the way. So it's just like those yoke parts are being sandwiched in the middle of all of this. So we sew all this palm all the way. Sew this two will be moved inwards. Sew all this. Sew all of this. Okay, once you get here, you're also going to use this to close up that loop area up onto the bottom. So if you look closely, for the bottom part, a zipper was inserted from where that skirt waist is. A zipper was inserted. So that's just about it. We'll do all of these things and then head over to sew up the lining and the main fabric. Is going to be sewn along the neck area and along the loop area, and then fixing the sleeve and sew the shoulders, and we're through. So let's begin.
I love the way. I love the way. I love the way you make me feel. I love the way you make me feel. I love the way. I am homeward bound. I love the way. Police on the low. I love the way. Nothing really on me, but I'm still paranoid. Looking for your boy. I love music on, driving around. I love. I sound like it's rolling loud. I love. Smoke a quarter of the ounce that I got last night. Just the whites and the browns. I don't wanna waste no time, just think about it, dreaming about it, speaking about it. Really need to be about it. Where I'm at, I really need to be about it. See horizons, figured out the reason now I need my logic. I love the way. I love the way. I love the way you make me feel. I love the way you make me feel. I love the way. I love